Hi everyone. Today we shall know about the unit commitment, economic dispatch, and energy audit. In last video, I have explained about benefits and drivers of DC power delivery system. Today we shall know the unit commitment, economic dispatch, and energy audit. These are the interesting topics. First, we shall go with the unit commitment. What is unit commitment? Unit commitment is the process of deciding when and which generating units at each power station to start up and shut down. Once again, I repeat, it is the process of deciding when and which generating units at each power station to start up and shut down. They have said that it is a given load profile, for example, values of the load for each hour of a day, and they have given set of units available, and when should each unit be started, stopped, and how much should it generate to meet the load at a minimum cost. This is an example. Okay, this is example. First unit, there are three units, that is unit 1 can generate maximum 600, unit 2 can generate maximum 400, and unit 3 can generate 500 megawatt. And these are the combination. Unit 1, 2, 3 will supply a particular load at minimum cost. Okay, how much should it how much should each unit in that combination generate? What is the demand? Okay, next is, this is a technique, brute force technique, wherein all combinations will be tried for each load of the following loads. For example, one thing you need to remember, I have taken unit 3 units. First unit is 600 megawatt, and second unit, that is, you can observe, second unit is 400 megawatt, and third is 500 megawatt. Unit 1 and 2 is total 1400, sorry, 600 plus 400, 1000 plus 500, 1500. Okay, total unit 1, 2, 3, if you add 1500 megawatt generation. So if you add unit 1 and 2, 1000 megawatt. Next we shall see about this. Okay, load is demand is 500, that is load is 500, then which unit you will go? Unit 1 is enough. Okay, they will on unit 1 and they will shut down unit 2 and 3. Okay, next when we want 600, then unit 1 will be on, unit 2 and 3 will be off. Similarly, next unit 700, unit 1 maximum is 600. Next they will on the unit 2 also. Okay, up to 1000 they will on both the units, unit 1 and 2, because unit 1 is 600, unit 2 is 400, total is 1000. Till 1000 there were two units will be on. Next for 1100, unit 3 will also be on. Okay, so depending upon the load, and they will start the generation, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, they will decide which should be start and which should be shut down. Okay, so this is the unit commitment. It will decide the when and which generating units at each power station start up and shut down. This is the diagram for that. Till 600, unit 1 only they will use, and from 600 to 1000, unit 1 and 2 both we will use. Above 1000, unit 3 also used. The next topic is economic dispatch. What do you mean by economic dispatch? It is a short-term determination of the optimal output of a number of electricity generation facilities to meet the system load at the lowest possible cost, subjected to transmission and operational constraints. The main concept is to reduce the cost here. Economic dispatch. Here I will go with the example so that you can understand easily. The marginal cost of generator 1. You need to remember generator 1 is $10 per megawatt hour, and the generator 2 is $30 megawatt hour. Okay, $30 per megawatt hour. And generator 1 is low cost, generator 2 is high cost, and the demand is 100. Okay, they have given that generator 1 will cost $10 per megawatt hour, and generator 2 is $30 per megawatt hour, and the demand is 100 megawatt hour. They are saying that again generator 1 and generator 2, there is no limit for generation. We can generate, could each generator could produce as much power as you want, they are saying. Okay, next is the perfect economic dispatch. Here how you will choose, if we which one is and that is lowest cost, that we will choose first. Okay, so here they will go with the generator 1. From generator 1, 100 megawatt they will choose, and generator 2 is 0. Okay, they will not consider generator 2, they will consider only generator 1, and they will total cost will be $100,000. Next, if we assume that there is a flow limit on the transmission line, for example 80 megawatt, the load is what we want, demand is 100 megawatt, but there is a flow limit, we cannot transmit the 100 megawatt from generator 1. They are saying that 80 megawatt is last, that is a limit, flow limit. Then what you will do, 20 megawatt we needed, okay, because the demand is 100, then we go with the generator 2. We cannot go 50% 50%, generator from generator 1 50% and from generator 2 50, because the generator 2 is cost more cost. So 80%, 80 megawatt we will take from generator 1. If generator 1 produces more than 80 megawatt, what happens, the line will be overloaded. So they are saying that limit is 80 megawatt. So then what they will do, they will do the economic dispatch, that is generator 1 80 megawatt and generator 2 20 megawatt, and the cost is $1,400. So depending upon the situations and depending upon the lowest cost, they will consider the almost first priority, they will give for the lowest cost, and they will check the demand also. According to that, they will consider the which generation we should consider. Okay, so this is the economic dispatch. Next we shall go with the definition of energy audit. What do you mean by energy audit? It is according to Indian Energy Conservation Act, that is 2001, energy audit is defined as the verification, monitoring and analysis of use of energy, including what? Including submission of technical report. That submission of technical report should contain recommendations for improving energy efficiency with the cost benefit analysis. They are saying that energy audit is verification, monitoring and analysis of use of energy. That should include submission, it should have a technical report. The technical report should contain the recommendations for improving energy efficiency with the cost benefit analysis and an action plan to reduce the energy consumption. The main important in energy audit is improving energy efficiency and cost benefit analysis and to reduce the energy consumption. Why we need for energy audit? There are three top operating expenses are energy, labor and materials. Energy would emerge as top ranker for cost reduction. The primary objective of energy audit is to determine ways to reduce energy consumption. Nowadays we are going with LED. Why? To reduce the energy consumption. When you go with the big companies, there are different equipments which consume more energy. So if any technology developed that the equipment, for example, instead of using Fluorescent bulbs, now we are using LED bulbs. Like that only, if any equipment is advanced technology is there, then we should go with that technology to reduce the energy consumption, and they will consider the cost also, whether it is profit or loss. And energy audit provides a benchmark, that is a reference point for managing energy in the organization. Types of energy audit. In that, first is preliminary energy audit, next is targeted energy audit, and third is detailed energy audit. First is preliminary energy audit. Preliminary energy audit. In that preliminary energy audit, preliminary energy audit uses existing or easily obtained data, and they will find out the energy consumption area in the organization, and they will estimate the scope for saving, and estimate the scope for saving, identify the likely areas for attention, identify immediate improvements, reference point, and identify areas for more detailed study and measurements. Okay. Next is targeted energy audits. In targeted energy audits, targeted energy audits are mostly based upon the outcome of the preliminary audit results. They provide data and detailed analysis on specified target projects. For example, if any organization may give target that lighting system or a boiler system or compressed air system, for that target only they will work, and what is the view to bring out the energy savings, only particular target. Okay. Target audits, it will involve a detailed survey of the target subjects or areas with the analysis of the energy flow and cost associated with those targets. For example, lighting system means the target is lighting system means they will work on only on that. Okay. Energy, what is the total energy consumption on lighting system, and what is the improvement we can do, how to reduce the energy consumption in lighting system. That is what the target, according to the target they will they will provide the data, and they will do the detailed analysis. Okay. Next is detailed energy audit. In detailed energy audit, it will evaluate all systems and equipments which consume energy, and the audit comprises a detailed study on energy savings and cost. Here, there are three phases. First phase is pre-audit phase. In pre-audit phase, they will plan, they will organize, and they will walk through audit, and they will do the interview with energy manager, production, or plant manager. In that, next they will do awareness program with the all divisional heads, and next, second phase is audit phase. In audit phase, in first phase, they will do plan, organize, walk through audit, and they will do interview with the energy manager or production plant manager. And next is they will conduct awareness program with all divisional heads. Next is a second phase, that is a audit phase. In the audit phase, data gathering, primary data gathering, process flow diagram, and energy utility diagram, conduct a survey and monitoring, conduct of detailed trials also, and also analysis of energy use, and here identification and development of energy conservation. Here, identification and development of energy conservation, analysis of energy, and survey also. Next, in post-audit phase, implementation, till now what they have done, and next they should implementation, and next follow-up. Okay. These are the details regarding energy audit. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe channel for more updates.